and we are starting right now. Okay, so the topic for today that I wanted to share with you, it is how to start and study Georgian faster. So if there will be any questions, let me know in the chat, in the comments, because I'm looking at that, and I can share that answers with you. So we will start right now. Maybe from the intro, what we'll be doing today. So approximately 20 minutes. This is the plan for us for this particular live. We will do our best to make it sure that it is saved, because you also were asking that whether it will be available later on as well. So it will be available for sure. And the topic for today is how to study Georgian fast and faster. So today I will share with you a couple of tricks that I have been doing on my own, and also I have been teaching that, and we have been using that in our language school when we are teaching you Georgian. And the reason why I'm looking here and here is because we are on two different places. That's why I hope you will be fine with that. And so for those who don't know me that well, my name is Asia, and I'm the owner of Języki Kaukazu, Languages of the Caucasus. And just 2 words about me. I'm not Georgian native speaker, but I'm someone who learned Georgian on my own, of course with language schools, books, etc. But I'm the example that it is possible, and I'm the example that it is possible to learn Georgian so well that you can teach Georgian as a native, almost like a native speaker. So that is about me, and that's why from that perspective also I'll be sharing with you some of the tips and tricks how to study Georgian faster, also from my personal experience. So going back already to the main part is that what I want to start with is that one of the biggest mistakes many people do when you want to study Georgian and you want to do it fast because, or maybe you want in general to study Georgian and you see some obstacles there, is that you are always and very often you see that more equals faster. So the more you study, then you think that it will be faster, and faster you will learn new words, faster you will start speaking Georgian, etc. So that's one of the biggest mistakes I see lots of people doing. So what does it mean? Like I will show you lots of examples today, because I think this is the best way how you can really learn. So it is like that. You take like each study session, you start learning new vocab. You want to learn new verb, and you go for the new material, you go to the new listening, you go to the new reading material, etc. However, you don't think that's then like from that perspective it will be much faster. You think that it will be much faster for you to simply learn Georgian, because you just want to put new info and new things to your head. So this is one of the biggest mistakes, and I have seen that on lots of examples, not only myself, because I have been doing that as well. Like many years ago I had done it when I started learning Georgian on my like when I was learning Georgian, and I see that with some of our students that come, for example, and start learning with us during our courses, during our individual lessons, and they come from the environment that they were given lots of words and they were given lots of material, and they were not able really to use that, because the faster in learning Georgian and learning in general many languages, especially the ones from the Caucasus, is that you will learn it faster if you will remember that what you have learned so far. So you will be revising that, and you are able to use it, I would say, actively. So this is one of the options, and one of the rules if you want to remember something, is that the more you revise, the more you practice what you have already seen. This is the clue, really, and the key to learn Georgian faster. So if you just want to know one thing, this is the rule, and, and you can of course skip right now the rest, but in the rest I will show you on the exactly the path how you can do it with new study material, because this is something what I also teach our students and what we do in practice during our courses. So I thought it will be a good thing to share with you as well. Okay, so just to revise, so let's imagine situation like that. You see new 5 words. Let's say there are new 5 Georgian words, and there is additionally maybe a verb, maybe there is some kind of suffix like ze or tan, like with someone tan, or next to something. Yes, tan ertat, it will be with someone, or ze on something, or it will be when you say about time. So you have like a new package, let's say, of materials. And what happens next? So one of the things that very often people do is that they they look at it and to go to the next study material. Yeah, and that is one of the biggest mistakes you may do, because what you really should do in this situation, you should follow the path I will just tell you in a sec. So first of all, you revise it, let's say, in a passive way. So you write down those phrases, you read them out loud, and then you try to like get used to those new sounds. You try to think about it and to remember them as much as possible when you are revising it. And this is not it. This is very often, this is the moment many people stop. But what you should do as a next step, this is to listen and try to figure it out and hear those words when you are, for example, hearing like audio. For example, when we have during our classes, we have audios, different dialogues, different texts that you can hear, and then your role and your task is to find and pick up those new phrases. So this is still the passive form, but you are working with different senses and different linguistic skills. When you don't have those audios, this is like when you are, for example, watching TV or listening to Georgian music, then you like put your ears up to listening to those new phrases, and you try like passively to understand it. And this is the next step what you do. What the alternative of that is that you record yourself and you try to listen to it. This is one of the options when you don't study with teacher. When you study with teacher, then teacher can do it for you, no matter whether it's audio or, for example, I read from time to time as well to our students, like during the classes, if we don't have that many audio files. And this is, and that's not the end, because what you do later on, then you have to start using it actively. So the key to study Georgian faster is to take what you have learned and to not only like passively use it, but also I would say actively start using it. So the first step is then to create your own sentences. Like with each and every new word, you create your own sentence, because what is important as well when you want to study Georgian in a faster way that it normally may look like, or you may hear from other people that it is very like dull and long, etc. The thing that it's becoming very much faster and interesting is the moment that when you put those new words in the context. So for example, you have the word, let's say Magida, because I'm sitting next to the table, so we'll have the word Magida, it is table. And so, for example, you have let's say the suffix ze. So ze, it means in Georgian you can say on the table. So then what you do, you write your own sentence. For example, Magida ze aris computeri. So on the table there is a computer. So something, let's say, simple. You don't have to write something very, very complex, unless of course you you are already at this higher levels, but it is already in the context that you this word magida, this is ze, you may use in context. If you know, for example, that there ze, like for example, this is beautiful suffix that you can use in different situations, because you may say orze, so it means then at 2 o'clock, and so you just give you give the time, and it can be magidaze, so it is on the table, that something is here on the table. And you may say as well kuchaze, so it means that something is like on the street, then you give, for example, the address. So you may just put the sentences in those different contexts, and this is the way how you can, I always say it's like, you know, when there is food, and sometimes, very often right now, you can buy foods that it is already like pre-made, prepared for you, and you just have to use those already the produce that you can heat together, and then you have a dinner or supper. Yeah, so exactly this is how you can treat those exactly those sentences. So what you do in this situation, you get the suffix or the verb, for example, that you are learning, which is new. This is the package of new words, and then what you put those sentences, because let's revise it. As it is part of learning Georgian faster, the revisions, so the first step was to read it on your own and pronounce it on your own. This is also a very important part, because much faster you will learn Georgian the moment that you start pronouncing and saying out loud new words that you are learning. So then you try to find it in different contexts when someone is saying that, or maybe in audios like you have in your study books, or that we have in our study book, for example, Let's Study Georgian, or in 50 Georgian verbs, there is always some kind of example for each and every tense, and this is exactly how it works. So you can see it passively, and the next step for you is to start using it actively. And I will be really frank with you. If you don't put it in an active manner, so you don't try to practice it on your own before you talk to Georgians, before you actually write your first letter or your first messenger DM or whatever in Georgian, it will be almost impossible for you to remember those words and to really actually learn Georgian. Yes, I'll be quite brutal with you, and I have been teaching Georgian for over 12 years now, and I have seen lots of people like with different backgrounds, with knowing different languages and different linguistic skills, and this is exactly how it works. So when you write your own sentences, so the next step for that is to write your own dialogues. I know it may sometimes look or seem dull. We do it very often, for example, exactly during classes. So during the lesson of our class, you read a new word, so you are making sure that you pronounce it in a correct way, and then we discuss what are the contexts, because in many situations the words can be used in different contexts as well, so we want to make sure that you understand that. And what you do next, you practice it already in your own sentences, and you practice it in the text. And then as a homework, for example, so something that you can do also on your own, no matter whether you study with teacher or not, then you write your own dialogue. It can be very small dialogue, like from, for example, Gamar Joba, Rogorchar, Argat, Shen Rogorchar. So very simple one. And then you can put those like Raris am magidase. So what is on this table? Yeah, so you use already this phrase magidase. Raris magidase. So Raris am magidase. So what is on this table? And from that sentence, very simple one, you learn, first of all, the word magida. Secondly, you learn ze. And the third very important part, it is that you learn how to use this ze, because you learn not only how to add the suffix to the words, because it may differ. If you don't know Georgian yet that much, I can tell you that it may differ, because it really depends on the cases, so on the forms of the nouns as well. And also you learn how this the word this will be changing depending on the case. So with this very simple sentence, if you already, of course you have to adjust the sentence to your level, you already know how to use it, how to put it in the context. And then you can also for example say answer to this question, because let's say that's the other word from those 5 words that you are learning. This is the word computeri, so computer. And computeri, you may say, for example, chemi computeri magi daze aris. So my computer is on the table, or chemi computeri am magi daze aris. So the computer is on this table. Yeah, so my computer is on this table. And this is like, you can end the sentence, ძალიან კარგი, გმადლობ, for example. Yeah, so then you can just finish this very simple dialogue. And it is like, what you do with this dialogue, you just, first of all, you write it down. So the first step, if you want to like start using it in the dialogue, is for you to write down the dialogue and then to read it on your own. So that's what we do very often. This is, I will tell you one additional part, is that when you read your own notes, when you read your own dialogues in Georgian, when you write it in Georgian, this is additional skill that you are learning. It is how you are able to write your own writing, and this is something that we always, during our classes, we practice with our students, and many students say like, wait, Asha, I need just to find out what I have written here in Georgian, because this is also one of the skills. So, and what you see here, we have started with those 5 words plus one suffix ze plus some kind of a verb, for example. Yes, and you already have a couple of exercises, couple of skills that you are practicing with that. And the next step is to say this dialogue. So for example, if you live in Georgia, or you have some Georgian friends or Georgian spouses, etc., you can say that, okay, my dears, I have been learning this and this phrase, and I want to use start using it very frequently in different contexts, etc., so to inform them. Or if you don't know that many Georgians, you just pick up the situations when you, for example, live in Georgia, and then you try to use those phrases. But to do so from the moment that you have seen those words for the first time, to be able to really use those words, it is just for you to do to go step by steps of those exercises that we have been discussing today. And this is really very, very hard, like almost impossible to like skip everything and just to go to use it actively in the dialogues, like in the normal, like real conversations with Georgians. Yes, so this is one of the main secrets how to study Georgian faster. And what it may seem counterintuitive. So it means that you think, okay, but I just want to learn word, use it, learn a word, use it, etc. Yeah, and don't want to go through those 5 different exercises, 5 different steps with those words, because it sounds very long, it's time consuming, etc. But the fact is that, as I mentioned from the beginning, faster, to learn Georgian faster, it means you will learn Georgian faster the moment that you are able to remember new things, and it is not or, it is and you are able to use it actively, so to use it on your own. And only then you really may say that you have studied it, you have learned something, and you know this part of Georgian language. And if you just read new words, etc., it's quite an illusion that the more you put to your notebook, for example, the more you will know Georgian. No, the amount of words written in your notebook, the amount of words you have read during your study sessions, it doesn't equal the words that you, or something in Georgian that you can actually say. So this is the main part. And what I would also to add here, oh, by the way, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer all of them, because today we go briefly through this topic to give you the exercises that you may do on your own. So to wrap up, what you do is like you take the words, you revise it passively, so you read it, you go through those words, you try to find those words in different contexts when someone is using that, and then you start, first of all, writing your own sentences with it, writing then your own mini dialogue or mini text with it. The best it will be if you are like starting with a teacher. So what we do, for example, with our students during our online courses or during our individual classes, and also during self-paced course, because then all the time you are in direct contact with me and you can send me anything that you are working on. So what I do then as a teacher, as your teacher, is that I check it for you, and then you get a feedback. You can then put this feedback into like better writing, different sentences, and then the last step is to actively really using that in the dialogues, in the standard conversations that you will have in Georgian. And I can tell you that it really speeds up the whole process of learning. It will be like after week 2 for 5, let's say, months, you will be able to speak, to use those in different contexts. And this is one of the best things I love to hear from you. Like, for example, our students are on holidays in Georgia, or they are living in Georgia and going for a grocery, for example, and they are texting us and saying, oh, I have used this sentence, oh, I have said it and asked for something, and we got a conversation. And the reason why they were able to do that is because we have had dry runs, different dry runs with those new vocab. So you are simply like ready to use it and to say that this is something that I know in Georgian as such. Okay, so I promised you more or less 20-25 minutes. So this is what we have. If you have any questions about how to study Georgian, about Georgian in particular, this is the moment for you. So you can write that. I will be waiting and wrapping it up, but I want to use this opportunity, as we don't have that many lives, like open lives on our social media. So I want to use this opportunity and to answer all your questions if you have about Georgian, about different topics from Georgian, or you're struggling with something, or you don't know how to start. For example, maybe your study with Georgian, or you had some bad experiences. So then this is the moment. You have comments there, so you may add the comments, and I will try to answer as many as possible today. So this is the moment for you. So any textbook recommendations to review before going to Georgia? So for that question, I want to just additional part. Depends on the level you are, like about the recommendations, textbook recommendations. Do you know already some Georgian, or it will be just from the beginning? Because it really depends on that. So because if you want to start like from the alphabet and you don't know 0, okay, so the first thing that I would recommend is to no matter what you will be how you want to use like Georgian, the best part, it is more or less to get acquainted with the alphabet. And for that we have on our website, so the link for that you will find here on our social media. We have Let's Study the Georgian Alphabet. So this is like with this book within free, depends how fast or how much time you have, like 3-4 hours. This is enough with this book to go through the exercises, and you know the letters already. And the reason why I'm saying that it is the best to start with the letters, because then it is like when you start with the letters, this is you are able to read something and to put it, for example, in the translator, because it depends really on the font. Not all the fonts you can read through the mobile apps, etc. And if you are saying that you will be moving to Georgia for 4 years, then in this situation we have also like from the scratch, from if you just start learning Georgian, there are 2 options that we have, like 3 options depending if you are talking about textbooks. So one, this is Let's Study Georgian, and this is our series, like you learn step by step, exactly how I said today. Just like you are not burdened with lots of grammar, or lots of information and you don't know what to do with that. It's like step by step you learn one piece and then you have exercises to practice it, and then you have like reading, writing, listening exercises. The book is called Let's Study Georgian, and it is from scratch, so from alphabet, and you go through the talking about yourself, talking where are you from, different like initial small talks in Georgia, and you go through like the basic grammar, something that you will be using for the rest of your study of Georgian language, but all those things you are using in context. So you may go there or DM us if you want to have more info, but Let's Study Georgian, the whole series that we have, if you want to not only to go to Georgia like for holidays and just to be able to discuss on the market and something, but you want really to study Georgian, this is the series for you. And the next step, if you learn already the basics, you are able to speak Georgian with this book. So then the option is to go through also 50 Georgian verbs. So this is also like the tables and the examples, the book about the Georgian verbs. Everything is conjugated, and then if you know the basics of grammar that you will learn from Let's Study Georgian, then you know how to use properly in the sentence correctly those verbs as well. The other option, if you go not only for the textbooks but also you want to like have a self-paced course, we have a self-paced course, so you study on your own no matter the time zone, but also you are in direct contact with me, with the teacher. We also have their webinars, we have the like live conversations that we schedule, and you adjust, like we adjust it to your timetable and your time zone that you meet with me to talk and practice. You also have the exercises that you are sending via our platform to me, and I'm checking that for you, and you are getting feedback. So you may see which option is better for you, because our textbook, this is a self-study book, so all the grammar is written there. The difference with the self-paced course, this is a situation when you are also in direct contact with me. We have webinars, we have meetings, but still you don't have to go like each Friday in this time zone, this time for the group classes. So this is an option. So check out that as well. For the option. I see that on Facebook we have I love this book, Susanna, great, thank you very much, because we have our students as well on this live, so thank you. I'm very happy that you like our books, and how we prepared, like how our books are created. It is that we combine two elements. So the one, it is my experience as well as someone who learned Georgian. I know the path, I've been there, and I have been studying Georgian like 16 years ago, 17, something like that. So the moment that there were almost no study books, and I have figured out some like on my own, and also we combine it with the expertise of, because not only me but also the other teacher with whom I'm preparing that with Katie, we are both specialists in how to teach adults, and I'm also a business trainer, so I combine like those pieces of like how to in a modern way teach adults. Okay, so we have another question. Sorry, can I do that? Okay, great. So the question is about learning Georgian partner. Yes, thank you for that. It is Kart, the name, but I'm not sure what, so I will just tell you that. Sorry. This is one of the things that we were thinking about, and thank you for bringing that up. This was not agreed previously. So I'm thinking, and that is also my dream. I know that some of you are studying on your own, and also some of you are studying with our materials and self-paced courses, but still you want like this is like productivity partner, study partner, something like that. And so let me know if you want to like DM me. Let's see how many people will be there, and let us know in the comments whether you will be interested in something like that, because we are thinking of some kind of like let's say, moderating, helping you with finding the partner. One of the ways how to do it, it will be very hard on Instagram, but you may go to Facebook, and we have their Georgian language group, like Facebook group, and we can create it and start doing that there. So it is called Let's Study Georgian. You may find it on Facebook, Let's Study Georgian, and just join the group, and we will, in a week, so we will give you some time to join, we will start like matching you for the study partners, and we'll see what will be the reaction. So the main part for you, if you want to participate in that, on Facebook, go to our group, so it will be Let's Study Georgian, and then if you join, and we'll try to do the productivity partner. Today we have two groups, so we have one in Polish, one in English. Everything that we do in those both languages, and the reason for that is that we want to make sure that both languages are like people have possibility to learn. If you are from Poland as well, to learn from Polish. So if you are anyone from Poland also listening to us right now in English, join the group as well. It is the equivalent. You will find it on our Facebook, and we'll try to do those productivity, like study buddies and things like that. Okay. Thank you very much that you love me. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, I'm very one of my goals in general is to help you study Georgian, by the way, faster, so in an easier way. And I'm not really like fan of speeding things up. I'm just a huge fan of making it in a pace that is realistic. And with what today we have discussed, this is one of the ways how you can really make a realistically study Georgian. Okay, guys, any additional questions? Anything else, guys and girls? It's like folks, you should say. For this, I'm looking at any questions. If there anything appears, anything about Georgian that you want to know. If not, then the last part is, I talked a little bit about the books that we have. That is, by the way, the books are in an ebook form that you can immediately learn. And also we will see on our social media, we organize group courses if you prefer to learn in group. We are in European time zone in general, so we adjust into European afternoons and evenings. But also if you are from different time zones, because right now we have students from 4 continents for the courses and for our webinars and online meetings that are for newsletter subscribers. We have already from 6 continents. So that is why we have also the options for you to study on your own and to study in a self-paced manner. But also you get all the lessons, all the videos, and like asynchronous way to cooperate with our teachers as well, and to get feedback. So that's an option. And as we speak, so see our websites and see our socials, because I think very regularly we'll be also organizing not also lives like as we are right now, but also like open Georgian lessons, both in Polish and in English. So there's separate meeting for English one and separate meeting for Polish one. The next one, it will be about how to start speaking Georgian. So it will be a piece that you will be actually learning new words, how to put them in the context, in which situations you may use it. So very soon, I think tomorrow, we'll be announcing that. The people who are already on our newsletter, you got a mail or you will be seeing that tomorrow, depending on the language, and you can also join us there. So there are options. I see no additional questions that you have about the Georgian language. Remember, if you have any, you can always reach out to us using our socials, or just go to our website and send us email. So there is option as well, like this. The last chance, guys, for you to ask and put your questions here. I think that we have concluded with all the questions that you have. Okay, So the last request from me, if you like the contents that we have here and the open lessons that we do and the books that we have and the courses that we organize for you about the Georgian language, and if you know someone who also wants to study Georgian or is interested in Georgia, in the culture, in traditions, in their daily life, etc., just let them know that we have the materials for them as well, that we have a podcast, that we have different study materials that you can use on your own. This is like the last the last small request. It will be an awesome help for us as well, that we can just reach the wider audience. Thank you very much. If you don't have any additional questions, I will do my best from the technical standpoint to save this live, that you can see this later on your own. And thank you. So as we say and talk about the Georgian, it will be Dzalian Didi Madloba. So thank you very much. It will be, by the way, something, all the ways how to say thank you, we'll be learning during the webinar. And nachvamdis. So see you nachvamdis. Bye bye.